Hey there, everybody! Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age from Green Run Publishing. I am the board game guru and game master extraordinaire, Johananon.
It's me, Casualty, CDG, retired child crimes and human trafficking detective, turned tabletop titan and improv comedian, and I will be happy to reprise my role as Solwyn, the Emperor, the third son of the Emperor of the Sun.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, a variety video game Twitch streamer when I stream, and a tabletop RPG streamer as well. And I'm reprising my role as Harnasa, the Orcish Arquebusier.
And it's me again. Glad to be back. Aaron Baumier, also known out there as Aaron Dippity-Doo, game designer with Adventure Slang Productions and co-host of the Adventure Slang podcast. Glad to be back as Balor Crustings, the Cleric of Washalia.
The little brother is not here tonight as he is ill, but we wish him all the best. Yeah, so last time, it's been a while, but I hope you remember at least some of what was going on. I'll do a brief recap here. You battled bandits on the road, got them to lead you back to their base, managed to make all the rolls necessary to parlay with these bandits, made all the rolls necessary to kind of befriend them and sort of get them on your side. What are you doing, Gary?
I don't remember any of this. I don't think I was in this campaign. Have I played with you guys before?
Okay.
Or was that somebody else?
Yeah, you were the Fishman.
Oh, yeah, I did play this game before. I remember this game.
Okay.
Is this the one where we play as mice? Is this Mouse Guard?
That was a fun game. Was it called Mouse? No, it wasn't called Mouse Guard. There was another one. What was that one?
Oh, the one that we played.
Yeah, with that psychologist guy.
Yes, I'll look it up to make sure he gets credit where credit is due. Sorry for interrupting you. I just thought it'd be funny to shake my head and pretend I didn't remember any of this.
It was very pretend. Because, even though I know you remember, the fact that you're shaking my head, my brain won't allow me. All right, so anyways, you were led to their base in the woods, battled spiders, parlayed with the bandits, managed to get them to agree to lay off the road until after the king's party happens. During these talks, however, somebody is killed. There's a bloody pile of clothing out back. It appears to be the remains of the noble that you brought with you. Torn apart, supposedly by the beast that was residing in the basement of this facility. That creature runs off over the wall, but before you could chase, there is a mutiny of a lieutenant who, his name is Tobias, who doesn't like the way the leader Gregor is handling this situation. He thinks that he should kill all of you. It wasn't an epic battle at all, by any means. Harnas just pulled out his gun and shot him in the chest, and he died immediately. At which point, a beast emerged from the shadows. It was a bipedal canine of some sort. I wonder what it could be. And after doing battle, Keon's character almost got murdered. Poor Lawrence. He got bit up pretty bad. But that creature, after suffering some damage, ran over the wall. All of you chased him. And now you're in the woods, following this creature in the woods under the light of the moon.
Things That Go Squeak in the Night by Dr. Jim Davies.
Jim Davies, that's right. Yeah, Jim Davies.
Jim Davies, that rings a bell.
Jim Davies is a dope person. We're friends on Facebook now. He's a cool guy. He's a dope motherfucker that does dope shit.
Yeah, that's true. He should put that quote on the back of one of his books.
That sounds like a good quote.
Dr. Jim Davies is a dope motherfucker who does dope shit. Now we've both said it, so he can put dash fresh out the box.
That's true.
It's one of my favorite things to say when, someone questions what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm doing it because I'm a dope motherfucker that does dope shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Did Kanye teach you that? That sounds like something Kanye would say.
This is the real me.
It's just like Kanye putting mayonnaise on a toaster strudel, and they're like, Kanye, why are you doing that? Because I'm a dope motherfucker who does dope shit! Okay,
Right.
okay, Kanye.
I would pay so much money to watch Kanye eat a mayonnaise Pop-Tart. But that is neither here nor there. We open
Don't
up.
tell him that.
We open up in the woods. Everyone's basking in the silver light of the moon. It is kind of a cold night still. You can see your breath. It is humid out. The smell of decaying foliage laying on the ground is almost sweet in your nose. And it has that crisp air of fall. We open with Herness. You're all kind of running through the woods. None of you are quite together, but you're pretty close to each other. You know that much. You lose sight of the blood trail you're following. But if you recall where we last left off, Herness, you hear a twig snap behind you. And you wheel around to see a 5-foot tall, on all four legs, 500-pound cat with long canine teeth looking at you.
Is it like hunkering down or like it's about to pounce sort of language, or just standing there?
It's stalking you. Like it's going, like it's kind of circling you. Oh, hey, Squire, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. That's cool, Squire.
I'm gonna roll for context. No, I've met this creature before.
That's funny.
I am going to. I'll turn to face toward it.
Okay.
And kind of holding my arquebus and staring it down, and as it's circling, I'm kind of circling to keep it like so it doesn't complete. So I'm sort of matching it so it doesn't really get to go around me. Like I'm constantly facing toward it.
Sure. Yeah. It's sniffing at you. Its pupils dilate.
No, stay right there, you meat-eating bastard.
I have cats now, so I know that their eyes go all goofy when they're about to jump. They look so high.
I am going to. I believe my rifle was loaded. I believe my pistols were loaded. I'm going to take one of my pistols out from my belt. I'm going to fire it over the head of the creature to kind of spook it or try to get it to back off. Basically making a loud noise to make it go away. But I'm not trying to hit it. I'm trying to get it to go away.
You're trying to scare it off?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm loud.
Go ahead and give me communication.
Communication, sure.
And you have intimidation?
No.
Okay.
I have pretty good communication score. It's not terrible. +2, so it's not the worst. 14 by the look of it.
All right.
I'm also down a bullet, which is not great, but worth it.
Let me see what this thing's resolve looks like. I'll give you a bonus because, you used a gun. It's a pretty scary noise for an animal.
Yeah. Well, most animals hate gun noises if they're not used to them. Hell, even the ones that are used to them don't like them very much. Be afraid of the animal that doesn't blink when it hears a gunshot.
Nice, because you used the gun to do it. So he actually did roll pretty decently, but he eyes you and kind of like backs away like quickly at the gunshot, and then he's not so sure anymore.
I very quickly reload the pistol.
Both of you hear a gunshot off in the woods.
I'm
the other
also in the woods, right? Isn't he actually a few meters behind me?
The two, you and Belor are both in the woods and very close.
Okay.
Like the gunshot is not far away.
Make
They
eye
might see a
contact.
plume of white smoke if they're close enough.
Yeah, that's fair. What was that, Belor?
I make eye contact with. Oh my God, Gary, what's your character's name? All of a sudden, my mind
Solwyn.
blanked. Solwyn, my goodness. I made eye contact with Solwyn and just make for the noise. I go ahead and pull my mace or my Morning Star.
I dart after the
Like,
werewolf still into the darkness.
Oh, you run towards. You run away from the gunfire.
Yeah, I'm going to keep chasing the other thing we were chasing.
Gotcha. And so, Belor, you're gonna go investigate the gunshot.
Yes.
Okay, so you run around the corner. You just run around a couple trees. You come through a couple. You do you hop over a log, and there they are. As your sudden appearance happens, the cat who was already questioning what was going on is frightened enough to scurry off. It slinks into the woods and runs away. Good job. I was wondering if you were going to be able to avoid that combat.
Yeah, because that's a. Ernest just kind of looks over and nods.
In the back. Solwyn's still chasing the beast this way, and then I'll kind of look past Hernasa and just kind of peer into the woods behind for a moment to see if there's any more sign of anything. Are you okay?
I'm fine. That creature was tracking me, was stalking me, and I needed to get it to leave me alone. And it's big enough that I don't know if I was going to be able to stop it by myself. So I'm glad you were nearby to give it cause to not continue the fight. I'll glance in the direction that it's running away from. I imagine that the cat thing was coming from one direction, and the way that the chase is happening is a different direction entirely.
It's not
basically these aren't the same
dead
creature.
opposite direction, but it is different.
Yeah.
Gary's running. If I have this in my head right, Gary's running southeast. No.
Okay.
Southwest. Sorry. And the creature ran more southernly. Didn't really veer west.
Because it probably head back toward the camp. Which it doesn't want to do, because why do that?
The camp is northeast.
Oh, okay. So there's a moment where Hernash kind of does that mental math in his head, where he is in relation to the creature, and for a moment I thought that was the creature. All right, let's catch Solwyn then.
Right. And then I'll go ahead and kind of take to where I last saw Solwyn and where I last saw him go.
Have you caught sight of the creature yet?
When was last time we saw the creature? Since it first.
You haven't seen it in the woods yet. You've only seen its blood. But you lost sight of that mostly too. It is heading in a particular direction, seemingly, unless it is trying to trick you. Solwyn,
Okay.
you're trying to follow this creature. Go ahead and give me. You can do perception or tracking or survival. One of those.
Could I make an argument or a debate for Fey lore under intelligence? Is this a Fey origin creature?
Give me the roll.
All right. I've rolled an 18 Fey lore to see if I can pick up any hints of Fey from this blood or from this tracking. I have tracked dark creatures before, is my reasoning.
This creature does not seem to be Fey in origin. But as you are following in that direction, you start to notice quickly, a lot quicker than I intended you to, that the woods are giving way to well, more of a they're getting older, more ancient and forgotten. You're starting to stumble upon your world. You're dipping in, and it seems that this creature is leading you there.
You know, I'm gonna stop right here and wait for my friends to catch up. Then, since I did recognize it so fast,
You did recognize it very fast.
and I'll let them know, what's going on once they catch up. It's in my brain. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, sometimes in the woods, more often in this setting, in my world, but sometimes in the woods when you're walking, sometimes you're just in the Feywild.
You stumble upon it because it's close enough.
They kind of move through each other.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, the two of you catch up. It's not too. You didn't go very far. You didn't. I was gonna have a whole thing where like you found a place, they can't find you, but you recognize the Fae pretty quickly, so you avoid my chicanery.
Whoopsie, sorry guys.
Nuts. That's what rules are for.
Oh.
Right.
Are you all right?
Yes, the creature goes further into these woods. This is an ancient wood in your realm. Places like this have remained undisturbed for centuries. They may be pathways back to my realm, and dangerous places at that. Forgotten places are often not friendly.
Is this creature we hunt one of yours?
Actually, no. Strangely, this creature seems to be leading us this way, but it is one of yours.
Well, I mean that's generous. I wouldn't say it's one of theirs, but yeah, it's not of your world.
Of the mortal realm. It's not an orc, but it's of the mortal realm.
Yeah.
But yeah, before the trees, they do get bigger. Their wood is old. A lot of them are more twisted. Great, thick trunks.
In a place like this, a place that's forgotten, things can be easily forgotten. We would do well to remember the way back.
Right. I'm gonna actually take a moment to pray to Washalia. Just close my eyes and stand there and actually pull my chakram up and hold it. And in that prayer, I imagine that sort of nicely moonlit path we were on that sort of transformed to here as like a anchor in my mind for where we were. As I pray to Washalia that she alights with her beautiful light the way.
You magically mark it? Is that what you said?
Not actually. It's just it all happens sort of internally for.
You're like praying.
The Lord,
remember?
But
Gotcha.
pray. Yeah.
Hey, spit in one hand and pray in the other. No, I'm just kidding.
We could always ask these trees if they remember the way out, but I guarantee you they will not. They have forgotten.
I'm gonna open up my fishing tackle. Well, it's smaller than a full one, obviously, but I'm gonna take out some of the fishing line and tie it up with one of the corks and a bit of colored lure, and tie it into one of the lower tree branches.
As you're doing so, the trees sway.
Don't worry, I'll take it back out later.
They all
just leave it there.
They're all creaking. But something's off about it. But yeah, so you continue forward, right?
It seemed the trees welcome us. No, they welcome us with their own eerie song. However, they've not told us to turn back. We should proceed carefully. And then I'll take the lead, because we're going into the Fae. This seems like I'll walk in front time.
And periodically, like not every single tree, but periodically I'll stop to tie up another marker, a trail marker essentially, is when I'm setting up trail markers as we go.
Excellent. I mean, not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. I slide away my morning star, but I keep my chakram close.
Gotcha. For, like, tight quarters.
You know, some mortals, when they walk amongst this realm, they'll take their blade and mock the trees, and the trees don't appreciate that much. I'm sure your flag is much more welcome than a blade to the skin.
Among the tribes, it is, if you're going to kill a tree, kill it and burn it properly. If you mark a tree, you make an enemy of, well, whoever owns the tree, whether it's the tree itself or some other tribe.
Yes, there is no reason to cast a scar upon a creature unless you wish to fell that creature. On this, I agree.
You continue forward into this ancient wood. You walk for quite a while. Every now and again, you'll catch a broken branch or a tuft of hair. You do see sign of your quarry going this way. I don't want to make you guys have to roll the whole time. So, I mean, he's not... It doesn't seem like he's trying to cover his tracks. Seems like he's trying to get away.
A pile of werewolf blood.
Drink it.
There, a
Gains
sign
power.
saying this way.
It's not how blood works. You know Keon would, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does it look like, but the way it's traveling, is it moving very, very quickly through the wood, or is it just moving at like a steady walk? Because I'm wondering why it's leaving tracks. Because it's going super fast. It's gonna hit things no matter what. Like you can't not hit things at speed. If you're moving slowly, then
you'll check. I mean, you're a tracker. You don't see signs of him digging his feet in. His claws aren't ripping up the ground. It's just footprints. It seems like he's just sort of hobbling along. And it does seem like he's limping.
he's not fleeing from us. He's moving in a general direction, probably finding somewhere safe to sleep. Or more food, but I don't think it's going to
Either
be
he
food for a
can't
little.
move faster or he doesn't think you're following him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always found the best way to track a werewolf is to follow its tracks until sunrise. It's less dangerous then.
You've hunted werewolves before.
Creatures of darkness are similar, yes.
Well, you know, we do talk about the trees that speak, but what other dangers do we have to worry about in these woods, Solon?
The arcane magics themselves here are laced with ancient forgotten. So, just dabbling in magic here, tapping into the spells, may cause memory loss for me. However, your god, Washalia, your goddess, shall, I believe, looks over you in this realm as well. However, as far as local wildlife, there's no telling what sort of twisted creatures could have come to be created here over the centuries of undisturbed Fey realm. It's more, I'm worried about who would live in a forgotten place such as this, or perhaps what type of ruins we may stumble upon, and what those may represent. Best things in the Fey stay forgotten.
As you are saying this, you're walking for a good, hour and a half. The moon stays high in the sky. It does not seem to really move at all. The trees continue to sway back and forth. At this point, you've noticed that there is no wind, which makes their moving all the more unsettling.
Seems the wind has forgotten this place as well.
Is the forest making any... is there any animal noises? Small birds, movement among the trees, that sort of thing? Other than the trees swaying.
You don't hear any insects, but every now and again you might hear a crow.
Well, the woods don't sound dead. That's comforting in a way. I don't like I don't like the fact we're in a doldrum, though. Although that may mean... Oh, go ahead.
It is times like this you see the wisdom of the crow. For naught is all forgotten to the crow. They can fly anywhere. Anywhere with a tree, a crow knows.
The trees remember the crows.
And the crows have not forgotten these woods, so if anyone prays to the goddess of crows, now would be a good time. I'll kind of elbow Harnasa as like a joke, like, hey, she already prayed, why don't you pray to the goddess of crows for us?
I have no need for trickster gods and bird crap.
Well, I shall pray to the goddess of trees then.
I gotta write something down now.
It's like he writes down like crows don't like Harnassa for some reason. For some reason, the crows fuck with you from now on.
Something
Hey, I could have got a
schools
blunderbuss to hunt birds. I don't have bird shot.
No, I like it when you guys.
Not too late.
I like it when you guys do like these throwaway like lines about like the god of tricks and blah blah blah. Because like I didn't have one, I do now. So you know, I like. So now it's canon. You know, like
You're welcome.
I like it.
That's right.
I don't know. I like you guys to kind of like breathe it into the world. But yeah, you're going to hear up ahead after about an hour and a half of walking. You hear a dog yelp in pain. And then you hear like deep laughter. And it kind of trails off into a bit of a cackle.
I'm gonna turn and look at both of you guys, and like my shoulders drop. Both of you heard that as well, right?
Nod.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think that's the woods playing tricks on us then. Perhaps we approach quietly. This could be something sinister.
I'm gonna hunker down, and I'll start as the two of you are moving closer. I'm gonna stealth out this way, so we're both kind of approaching the same point together.
Yeah, do a little flank approach. That's exactly it.
Sounds good.
You guys creep up. Go ahead and give me stealth checks. See how that goes.
Boop,
Okay. Okay.
No,
It's hot. It's hot. It's real hot. Okay.
it's real good.
No problem. So, you creep up. We'll say, two of you are together. One of you is like apart, right? Like kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Which two are together? Okay.
Me and Solon.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's kind of what I was picturing. So the two of you plop behind a log that's like fallen over. It's a strange log because it's one of these ancient trees and it's on the ground sideways, but it has all these like runes etched into it. They don't seem like they're doing anything. It just seems, it's just part of the scenery. I don't want you to be like, magic trap tree. But yeah,
That's what you would tell us.
you circle around. Yeah, like I would tell you, but still. I don't want this to be another door situation,
Challenge accepted.
I don't want you guys to overthink this door. But yeah, so you circle around her nest. You get behind a tree. But in front of the three of you is this clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there's kind of like a mound of earth with a... It's not a hole directly into it. There's like a tunnel that kind of goes into it with wood, like, sides holding some of the hill at bay. And then you go into it more, and it opens up, and then it disappears in there. In front of this mound of whatever is going on there, you see the creature that you've been chasing, laying crumpled on the floor. And standing over him is a being that you've seen once before. It is the creature that was controlling the Shadow Beast, the one with the needle teeth that take up most of his head, and the tentacles that come from beneath his robes. He's smiling in delight, looking at this creature. And he'll be talking when you walk up. Is your suffering great enough? Great enough for my needs? Yes, I think it is. The pain you are in, it is exquisite. And he's going to reach down. Doesn't touch the creature.
I pull my rifle to shoot him when he's reaching toward it.
Okay.
Because I think he's going to brutalize the poor thing. I'm like, nope, I'm not okay with this.
I didn't think one of you was going to shoot him. I didn't have it. Let's see.
I don't abide cruelty to animals. Eat them or not. Pick one.
My brain exploded on the inside during that. This guy being here means that the deep realm creatures are in the forgotten places of the Fae, which means now the Fae is just a direct link to the deep realm, but only in the forgotten places. So now we need to get a map of the forgotten Fae and go remap everything, or else it will be consumed by ancient darkness. That's what happened in my brain during that.
I'm glad you're picking up some lore for sure. I'm trying to put more forward. And yes. So go ahead.
No. Make people read the strategy guide.
Make that shooty shoot check, buddy.
Shooty shoot. Bang. No.
Oops. I didn't mean to click that. For the record.
11 to hit, yep.
With it, it's like he was never where you were trying to shoot. You saw him there, but by the time you pull the trigger, he's already moved out of the way.
Pow! Curse under my breath as he dodges.
I see you there. All of you. I was gonna let you watch. But he continues to do what he was doing. As he does so, the creature kind of disappears. It shrivels up into the shape of a man. A naked human lays on the ground, covered in blood, but you don't see any obvious wounds to him. It is at this point you do recognize this man. Does anyone know who he is? I was wondering.
It's the noble. Is it the noble, right?
It's the noble, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious if anyone picked it up. I figured someone would.
Yeah, I was playing whodunit over here on my side.
Yeah, I wanted to put a little whodunit in it. Yeah, Vitali Mamone lays on the ground, screaming in agony. And as he does so, the creature pulls a black orb that seems to materialize in his hand away. And from it, you can hear Vitali screaming.
I'm shooting him again.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Like, it's like he's screaming. It's like I could reload. Don't have time. Grab pistol. Bang. Like freaking. Stop dodging.
I was just going to ask, when he pulls it out, that orb, does it look like the same one, similar to the orb we retrieved for the
This
king?
one is black.
Okay.
But yes, it looks just like the other one.
Begone from this place, foul creature. It is no longer forgotten. These are the woods of Vitali. Leave now.
He'll look towards you with his big, like, whole face teeth smile. And he'll I mean, so the shot misses. He just kind of rotates, like, on an axis away from you. Without really, you don't see his feet move, he just kind of glides away. And he just smiles real big. Because what'd you get? You got
15.
a 15, yeah. 15, really?
I get bonuses when I aim. And I forgot that I can aim as I shoot because I can pull and aim in the same move.
Let's see here.
I should have done it with the arquebus, but I didn't because I forgot.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Holy hell in a handbasket. All right. I actually hit something. Silly question, but I must ask. Is this dexterity
No.
1 or 0?
No, it's not.
I did not think so, but I have to ask.
That's fair.
Worth it.
That's fair. Excellent.
No stump points, so I can't modify that.
So he gets out of the way most of the way, but he does that thing where he barely dodges, and it shoots one of his tentacles and grazes it on his back. And you see him. He doesn't really change his face, but you realize his new smile is somewhat of a grimace. I guess I should take my leave. I have what I came for. Good luck. And he'll start to leave. Like, he has no interest in this fight. And it is entirely up to you guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what's happening.
At that point, I'd come running out of the bush. He said he's leaving now? Like he's...
Yeah, he's immediately going.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
go running out. I don't expect to catch him or anything, but I just come out of the brush and start making my way, mostly for the Vitali's sake.
As you run out, concerned about Vitali, you do notice he's not dead. He is unconscious.
I'm actually just gonna go straight to him and actually not worry about the shadow creature. And as he fades away, I want to... Is he unconscious and not waking up to anything? Like,
yeah, if you try to shake him,
try
yeah,
him.
he's out cold.
Mm-hmm.
It seems familiar.
Yep.
Somebody done gone and took his thoughty brain.
Took his thoughty brain.
I'm worried about these woods. If he can do this to one man, what corruption has he spread in these woods? I'm just going to kind of walk around and look around, maybe for portals or ancient dark magic or something. I don't expect to find it either, but that's what I'm interested in, is the state of this wood and how to restore it, sort of.
So you're in the center of this glen. There's this mound that has a tunnel that leads into it. It's a large hill. It is big. I don't want to undersell how big it is. It's half the diameter of the bandits' fortress. The walls, not their main building. It's like a big mound. It's not
like
a
large hill.
It's a very
like an Aztec temple, like that size.
Sure.
Not as big as a Great Pyramid, but like a big temple.
Yeah, around like diameter wise, yes. Height, no. It doesn't get very tall. It's about 10 feet at most.
I'm there. I'm with it.
And then there's a door, like an entryway leading in.
Hernas roars and fires his last pistol shot at the guy who's leaving as he's fading away, because Hernas is trying to kill this guy, and it's not working, and he's going to try.
Yeah, shoot.
This is so expensive.
It is expensive. See, this is why I don't mind throwing you some bullets every time.
14 to hit.
That is a 14 to miss.
Dang.
But like really close. He's one of the harder opponents to hit.
I also was really crap. So yeah, that's it. I don't chase him. By the time he's gonna be gone, I imagine. It's like, does he like fade into the wood, or is he like just like Neo running through the woods?
Yeah, like how does he go? Does he like disappear? Is there like a portal warp? Does he just like keep walking?
He goes
just,
around
like,
the
keep
corner.
following him?
He waits for his Uber. It's the whole thing.
Because I'm kind of curious too. Like, there's not like a giant stone portcullis made of ancient obelisk with like a green portal that he walks through, right?
No.
He's just gone.
He just kind of fades into the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the. He pulls like a disappearing act. I mean,
yeah.
it is possible to follow him. It's not impossible. It would just.
Yeah, that's more the question. I just want to make sure there wasn't like a big. I want to make sure there wasn't like a giant alien structure.
He does not walk through a giant gateway now.
That'll do it. That is my big cue. Thank you.
There's Hernas maybe sort of jogs a couple steps to chase him, and then kind of notices behind him that you two like that you're both have slowed down a bit to investigate, and it's like he stops and just reloads his pistols and starts walking back, reloads his arquebus. And
let me guess, Anasa, you've forgotten the reason you went after him.
He is not safe to hunt by myself. Not with that kind of speed.
That's fair.
It was a joke about the woods, Hanasa.
Why are you making fun of the woods? That's not very nice.
The forgotten. Look here, Hanasa. There seems to be an entrance to some kind of subterranean compound. I suggest we poke around in here.
So the initial walls are made of wood, holding back the dirt. The roof is open up until you get past this opening. And it's just like you're just kind of like in a tunnel with no roof, and then you go underground. The wood has similar runes to what you saw on the log. They seem to be some sort of ancient script.
They're not orcish in any way.
No,
I imagine. Wouldn't think so, but I thought I'd ask.
but they are.
They elven in any way?
They are. They seem to be some sort of ancient human dialect.
But they're
See-
not gnomish,
They're not gnomish.
and it's not dwarven.
No. It seems
Are
to be
there any-
it's one of the dead languages.
Oh, Latin.
That's what I was wondering.
I would almost assuredly speak that.
Latin?
It wasn't a choice, but yeah, like ancient human.
There's an ancient human language. It's not
I
something
took-
that's spoken though.
I did take Common Realm History, and I took.
You could use that to try to understand them.
I took Etiquette because I wanted to know all about like the houses and their history and how far back ancient human lineage went, because I wanted to be able to pull all of that. So that's definitely something my character would have a book or two on.
Yeah, you recognize it for sure.
Yes, yes, I'm feeling it.
It's one of their first written languages. After they crawled out of the mud. But yeah,
Oh,
do
this
you
is
end
this
it?
is an absolutely.
What about him? Is he dead?
He is not, but just like we found the mayor's daughter and we found the king, he is unconscious and cannot be woken. I think that creature is, well, I mean, hold on, I'm trying to remember. Did they actually? It was the soul, like that was the thing itself when we had to retrieve it for the king.
It doesn't
Is that
seem
what-
to be.
I don't remember if that word was actually used or not.
The word soul was never used.
Okay.
It's almost a life
all.
energy. I think we might have called it a life energy.
Well, he's taken that energy and
Not sure.
His,
Yeah.
his was
left
black.
him unconscious in a shell. And
The
his
other
was
one you saw was golden.
a black energy, a dark energy that was within Vitali that we didn't see in the king.
And the creature mentioned that his suffering made him ripe.
That's right. It seems that this creature finds or somehow draws in these people, I imagine, who are suffering. And that somehow makes them a viable target for either his power or what he's using that energy for. I can't imagine if you claimed a light energy, why also claim a dark one?
Here's what's confusing me. This whole time, until we got to him, I thought we were chasing this creature from out of the under. The bandits had that strange creature they had hidden away, and they picked on people, and they probably threw people to it, for fun or whatever. But I don't think it was him. So it raises the question: was it that? I don't believe so.
No, it was the cat.
Or was it? Was it the cat?
Yeah, it was the cat.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that guy came down and showed you it that one time, remember?
I didn't think I saw the cat for some reason. I was
You
like,
did see the cat. Yeah, the cat was definitely... You have a definitive... Like, that was the creature. It was not the tentacle monster.
Well-
That'd be... Man, that would have been a cool-ass thing for them to have chained in the basement, dog. Like...
He's like, that's where he was just playing along. He's like, no, you totally got me. Yep. Yeah, these chains. I can't get out. Oh, no.
Kian has booned all three of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah.
little brother.
Sorry to hear that you're under the weather. Thanks for the boon. I hope you feel better.
Absolutely.
Get away with you.
Oh man.
Gary's feeling it.
Well, if we're going to go delving into whatever this is, we should probably move him out from plain sight so some other random creature doesn't take the free meat. I would drag him in there, but we don't know what's in there, if it's on a living hill or Solwyn's grandfather or something.
Actually, this language here on the wall is ancient human language. So we're more likely to find Belor's ancestors, if anyone's.
That would be quite a surprise to my mother to hear, I imagine. She's a fisherwoman. Or was. It's been a long time.
Like Lawrence.
No. No, she would be fishing Lawrence out from the sea to eat, I imagine. Although she'd likely be horrified if she ever met Lawrence.
I thought about making like a subplot where like they just happen to be delicious. Like his people are the best to eat.
That's why their empire fell. Overfishing.
Hunted
Conservation
by
message.
Right.
hunted by humans to a few hundred years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, you enter this earthen mound. It smells like wet earth. Oh, you guys are getting booned. What's up, Rune? Everybody's getting booned. These are fortuitously timed boons as you enter the warren. But yeah, it smells like wet earth, and it's just loose dirt, and you can see roots and whatnot poking through. You do see some of the denizens of the walls peek their heads through. Every now and again, you see some worms crawling around. Various insect life living in the earth.
I grab a worm and eat one. Well,
Okay.
It's been a bit.
It tastes probably better than usual, if this is something you've done before.
Yeah.
It's a good worm. They have good worms here.
I don't know. Cause he got messed around with it in his mouth, making sure it's not poisonous. and
light
then
of
eats it.
Westalia.
Oh, sorry.
How does the light of Westalia shine in that one, my friend?
It's oddly sweet. Not bad sweet, just oddly sweetened. Well, we have a place to get food at least.
So it seems.
It's all good. I was totally that kid when I was growing up. But yeah, so you enter into the mound. Very shortly after the roof comes in, there are worn stone steps, partially covered in dirt in random places. Oh yeah, what did you do with Vitali?
I would have pulled him in near like under some eaves of some bushes or near a tree or something, so he wasn't just sitting out in the open.
Oh, you like hit him in a bush outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully the bush doesn't eat him, but that's a whole different
And I
problem.
would
Can't help him
actually-
with that.
I'd leave him with my traveling cloak as well as a little extra warmth and what have you.
You gave
By
him a
the
little-
way-
you tuck him in a little bit.
How dark is it in this hole anyway?
As soon as you go down these stairs, it's pretty dark. There's no light in here of any kind of natural order.
I can see fine for a few feet.
You
I
see
don't
fine
know
for
about the
50.
other two.
Yeah, which one? Can you see two, Gary? So it's just
Yes, I
Belor
can.
stumbling around in the dark.
I go ahead and pull up a little arcane candle, a little white light that just kind of floats around
The light floods out
as we walk.
down this hall. So it goes down like it's like 6 stairs. Like it's not a lot of stairs. You're just below ground level now, and a tunnel does not go on very far. It very quickly turns, like a sharp left turn, into a different room. But at this turn in the wall, in the dirt, there is a stone altar, like beset into the wall, and there is also a stone statue of a man.
One of your gods? Belor?
I want to look at I guess both of them, but for the intention of trying to put together a religious context.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead and give me a religion check. Classic. I love a good religion check.
It's mine first. I threw a common realm history also in case this is a historical figure, not a religious figure.
Yep, that's worth a gamble.
Definitely. So between the two of you, you don't think it's a god. It doesn't meet the criteria for like how they would portray a god. You know, like it doesn't have like their thumbs are usually big. You know how statues are with history. Like they have rules to how they have to carve gods in every culture. This doesn't follow those sets. His name's not capitalized, essentially. It does appear to just simply be a statue of a man. Not necessarily a historical figure either. It seems just to be a statue of a guy. Maybe it's a
Perhaps
guardian.
This is a tomb of a local legend or something. This is no historical figure I've ever read about or heard of in my travels.
Yes, but what would the tomb of a local human legend, be doing in the Feywild?
Some things are best left forgotten.
So the answer to that, Gary, you would know. It is that, I mean, rumor has it, like according to ancient history, they didn't used to be separate places. The Fey realm and the human realm. It all used to be one thing. They were eventually separated for everybody's benefit, kind of thing.
Odd question to ask, but does the air smell off? Like, is there a rot smell, or is it particularly musty in here, or is it surprisingly clear? Because we are inside like a mound of dirt.
It smells. It smells very earthy. It smells like that wet, like earth smell. Kind of almost makes your mouth water a little bit. I don't know if anybody has that. Not everybody does that.
When it's very, very moist air. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I smell like soil, sometimes my mouth will water. I don't know. It's just a thing. But I don't want to eat it. It's just...
Don't get weird. It was fine where it was at. It's like when you're in the desert, your mouth is dry. When you're in a humid, moist place, your mouth is wet. You can just leave it there. You don't have to talk about how you want to eat soil.
The three of you and your sopping wet mouths and
you're all so hungry for soil all of a sudden.
Hey, there's a will save for that. Get away from me.
Like a normal person, you're hungry for soil.
I'm not a normal person. I don't know what I'm saying weird shit because I'm weird.
Yeah, no. I was just making sure the air wasn't like on the ozone.
It doesn't smell like dead bodies
or
dark
Do you
magic.
mean to tell me that the soil-eating kid became the dungeon master? Because that's hard to believe.
I've eaten a lot of sand. I'll tell you that much. All right.
Hell yeah. I wonder how much cat poop you've inadvertently eaten.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but yeah. Is
there any like trinkets or anything lying about near the altar or the statue?
Give me perceptibles.
I like the hard sand. It tastes better.
10.
You root around. I'll say you, because it's you'll reach around and you'll find an ancient arrowhead. It's a stone tip. It's not obsidian, but it is stone.
Makes sense.
As you are the marksman, I feel like that's an appropriate thing for you to find. A little throwaway item. A little trinket, a little doodad for your bedside table. But yeah, so as you're looking at this stuff, you can see into the next room. It's right around the corner. Your light kind of goes out and then is consumed by the dark. Not in a supernatural way, just because that's how far your light goes. What you can see, you immediately see to the left of the door, like almost in front of the door, like you would have to like turn sideways to walk past it, is a broken stone. What do you call it? Like a chest, like a stone chest, just kind of shattered on the ground there. Up ahead, you can see more kind of stone debris laying around. It is worked stone, though, and the doorway to this room is deliberately arched with wood.
You know, Solwyn, we might find your answer to how these forgotten places are connected in here. And this place seems very, very old.
Yes,
Quite
very,
forgotten
very
itself.
forgotten indeed.
It's one of the lost places in the world. How exciting.
Someone's actually saying that?
We're all hearing it. The voice of Nurgle.
Oh no.
You are all my children. So,
It's the Emperor.
do you enter this room?
Hell yeah, we do.
Okay, that's when it all goes wrong. No, I'm just kidding. So you walk into this room. There are stone walls all the way around. Some places the walls are kind of tumbled down. You can see the dirt coming through. They're all pretty old. They come up to where where the ceiling would be if there was one, and they kind of have like a little lip going all the way around, kind of like columns, like Roman columns. What do you call those things that go around the bottom? The baseboards, kind of like baseboards, but they're more ornate. They're all worked stone. There's a lot of tumbled pillars and that sort of thing on the ground. The most notable object in this room, as you kind of bring your light in, you can see a taller statue standing up of a long-haired individual. It's hard to see. It doesn't have features. Whether it ever did, you're not sure, or if they've just worn away by time. A few things are clear. It is a long-limbed being with long hair, flowing hair. It seems to have been sculpted in a way to make the hair look like it's in the breeze, kind of. Very tall and wearing a kind of like a toga. It seems to be like a featureless toga. It probably looked nice at one point, but it's all kind of worn smooth. So it looks like meeple clothing from a board game or something. Doesn't look great. And it's standing there.
Yeah.
It's standing there with a hand outstretched. Like this, yeah. It's like reaching out with one hand. And it is about I guess the statue is probably about 10 feet from the ground.
This one looks much more like a goddess than the last. You see, the hair is in motion. This is intricate carving. And here the clothes are worn down. You can tell many people touched this statue, as if to pay tribute.
Or the damp wore away the stone.
Yes, but not on the hair and not on the hand. Especially on the clothes here. Right where, and I put my hand against it, someone could pray and lay a hand on the statue.
Is the statue
Nothing
made
happens.
of stone, or is it marble or some other material?
It is a stone. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like nice stone. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely not from the area. They brought it in from somewhere.
What a strange thing.
Indeed.
Are there any is there any writing in the room or any other depictions as I kind of walk around looking around?
Yes, so there are, similarly to the other walls, there are just kind of like the text walls that have too much on them to really be able to tell what's going on. But as you're looking, you wipe the dirt off of one wall in particular, and you see, instead of runes, it's more drawings, carvings.
None of this speaks to me of the old gods or anything. This is venerating a person? This doesn't feel like a temple to me. It seems too simple, not glorious enough.
Certainly feels like a familial tomb. Not like a temple at all.
I want to approach the statue and closely examine the outstretched hand and sort of take it into my own as I don't know, wear it how high it is compared to me, but I want to give it sort of an extra close examination. Excuse me.
Sure.
Oh no, what happened? I fell out of roll 20. All of a
Oh
sudden.
no.
It's okay. It's
Take
coming back.
that.
Huh. It's like throwing your
I'm
dice off the
teleporting
table.
into a whole other dimension. Perception, probably.
Yeah, perception. Yeah.
It's not my greatest.
It's not your
stat.
greatest.
What did I get?
You're looking.
11.
You touch it.
I do touch it.
So as you're rubbing the palm of this hand, it's strangely the arm feels slightly loose, but like you would have to put a lot of pressure on it to move it. But as you're touching the palm, it feels like there's like a groove for something to be, like it's supposed to be holding something.
I'm kind of running my finger on the groove. Right here. There's supposed to be something here, I think. And kind of like try to make the arm jiggle or anything if it has that much movement, but if not, just kind of like put a little pressure.
You put pressure, nothing really happens. It kind of wiggles in place, but like barely.
Okay.
I'll come over and look at the depression. Looking at it, does it? What general shape does it look like the depression is? Like, is it like a setting where it's supposed to put something in, or
It's like
rectangular?
it's an oblong sort of rune, and it has these strange like grooves in it, almost like rope, like corded rope texture. But those are worn mostly smooth, but you can kind of pick them up as you're rubbing.
It makes me think of a older style coin, like when they used to put string through coins, or a medallion or something like that. Not the minted things that most of the kingdoms use, because those are perfect. Those are fairly round. But further back, you see these old coins are a little oddly shaped.
Wonder. I want to float back into the other room and double check the altar and see if there was such a coin or any sort of thing that might fit that.
So go ahead and give it a little searchy search.
Give it a little searchy search, this time with 14 and 6 stump points, which...
Ooh, that's not bad at all.
Got some good ones here. We could... That's funny, I literally said that makes me wonder, but we could do that makes me wonder. How does that work?
Makes me wonder. I forgot to open
Oh, I can
up
make
that one.
another perception test. Oh, I guess there's also a speedy or an efficient search. There's no... I don't know, I'm just looking at these stunts. I don't know if any really apply, but that's my roll.
Yeah, I'll say you'll do the one that makes you do another check.
Okay, yeah, so that makes me wonder. I double check that space, and I kind of start searching the room a little more because I'm wondering.
You are wondering, yeah.
This time a 12 with 4 more stump points to keep wondering. Oh no, this doesn't apply to this roll.
It's not terrible.
just remembered.
As you're looking around, it does make you wonder. You look, a lot of the containers around here are destroyed. You'll like kick over some of the debris. You see Solwyn sort of staring at the plinth that the statue's standing on. You're looking around. Something does catch your eye because you are the one holding the light. You see kind of a shimmer on one of the columns, on one of the tops of the columns. Something catches your eye.
There. I'll point and say, Hernasta, do you think you could reach that?
I kind of just straight up try to reach up and grab at it.
You'll have to climb, and it is a rickety stone pillar. There's
I need to volunteer you for dangerous work. But...
There's a chance of danger.
I will take some of my fishing line, make a loop out of it, weigh a bit of cork on one end, so I'm like not the loop end, but on the part I'm holding. I'm gonna kind of flick it up to try to get it over the coin, so I can start dragging it off the top.
Dragging the shiny thing.
Yep.
Give me a dex check. Pure dex. It's not your worst skill, and this is definitely a dex action. A 14 is not terrible. You sort of make this improvised, soft-tipped grappling hook. You pull whatever is down there off of the plinth. The pillar kind of rocks when you do this because you do pull on it a little bit.
The friction alone's enough to make it sway.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't climb that thing.
It was very rickety.
My goodness.
But it's okay. Something falls off the top and you catch it. It's about the size of like an appetizer plate.
Holy, it's big.
Yeah, it's not like huge. It's not a dinner plate, but it is kind of a good size. It is a round, not quite shining anymore, bronze mirror. And the rim of it is banded in like corded metal. Looks kind of like it's surrounded by like rope as like a decoration, but it's metal.
Familiar
It
marking.
seems. Do you think this is big enough to fit in that depression? It seems rather big.
It does, but I suppose there's really only one way to know for sure.
I'll walk over, try to see if it fits in the palm of this this stone giant's hand.
You put it in. You hear a click when you do so. And the arm, when you touch it now, you can move. Not quite,
there you go.
not quite completely freely, but you have a little up and down and a little left and right movement with it.
Up, down, left, right, left, right.
Hands,
I don't know. That
Down.
code just.
feet, hands, feet, hands, feet, hands, feet.
A tank just falls through the ceiling. Everybody's heads are huge.
No, wrong cheat code.
What happened to our voices?
Well, we have solved the mystery of being able to move the statue's arm, and I jiggle it like demonstrating, like I don't know what.
Yeah, this bronze mirror, which it doesn't have its shine anymore. It's not polished. It's dirty, it has dirt on it, like literal dirt. Has freed the arm to move around.
I'm gonna clean off that. I'm just gonna pull like a little cloth out and give it a nice little wipe down.
You start polishing the beautiful object as a good worshiper of Westalia, and you get it to kind of shine a bit. And it catches the light from your candle, and it does bounce off of the plate.
It's the gleam upon something. But what if it's aimed up
The
like
reflection
this?
on the walls may tell a story.
I'll take my hatchet out, and I'm not gonna go like full arm like chop. I'm gonna be like trying to knock away the stuff that's hardened and try to scrape some of it away. I'm trying to be gentle so I don't destroy what's underneath.
On the wall,
Yeah.
like kind of towards where the arm's pointing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you start
I
cleaning
have
stuff
the
up.
light.
And you have the
bounce
light.
it that way too.
You'll help in this endeavor by making it, because even if you have dark vision, you can't see drawings in the dark, which I've always thought is hilarious,
Yeah.
personally. But you guys clean this wall off. You find more of these pictures, like you found on the other wall. There are pictures of people. They are not worshiping, but it does seem to be. There's like two groups of people, and they're meeting. It seems they're not shaking hands, but it seems like that kind of deal. It seems like two groups of people coming together. And above them which is depicted as the sun, above them.
Is any of this colored or dyed in any way?
You can see signs that it was,
But it's worn. Right?
but it's
Dampened
completely
away.
gone. but you can still see the pictures well enough.
Solwyn, I have a question. Could this... you came from the Sun Court, I believe, right? That was the court that was last usurped.
That is correct.
Do you think this could have something to do with ancient? I guess what I see perhaps could be a time when the Fae and the humans were not so separated, and it seems that something like this only worked under the light of the sun. Perhaps your Sun Court.
Yes, I suppose it would make sense that all cultures at that time worshipped the same sun. So yes, both realms were together under the banner of the sun. During that era, is this tomb dedicated to the family of the sun?
It doesn't seem to be. This is still a human temple. Every now and again, now that you're looking for it, you do notice an elven name here and there. Mixed right in with the regular human writing. And as you're looking at this wall more and more, you keep cleaning it off, and barely perceptible between the two groups of people standing underneath. So it's the sun, two groups of people, and between them, like you're rubbing it, there's something like barely etched in there that you can hardly see. And it seems to be in the shape of a blade. Like a sword. Its tip is down. And its hilt is pointed towards the sun. Just FYI. That's there too.
Does it look like one of our, from our character's point of view, a modern sword, or does it look like ancient sword? Is it more gladius, or more longsword?
It is, if anything, so it doesn't have much of a hilt. It doesn't have much of a handguard. It's a very thin, round handguard. And the blade is slightly curved. Looking more like an Eastern blade of some kind. Yeah. Hi, Toyzilla Network. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We are in a lost place in the world, trying to find its secrets.
It's hard to depict what these diagrams truly mean. Only our best guess. But it would seem there are these two groups, and between them, the sun has cast down a weapon that has separated humans and elves. Maybe this is the story of how these realms came to be separate. Maybe they were together under the sun, but separated under the sun as well.
Interesting.
Ancient human history is interesting. I've appreciated the way that you've always scribbled art on walls instead of written words in books. It makes this process a lot more entertaining. You know, elves, we've been writing now for thousands of years. Our literature game is strong.
Night Court.
Which is why your songs are terrible. The oral tradition is the best way for things to never be forgotten, and their secrets left away from foreign eyes.
Mortal songs are but jigs and shanties, annoying catchphrases. A real epic poem must go on for 3-4 days at very least to even be considered a song.
You have not heard the epic of the Sword Hero.
That's fair.
Although I get the feeling my song is going to be a sea shanty because I've been on the water so damn long. Mutter, mutter.
Yo ho, yo ho, and then he died from scurvy.
Dying from scurvy sounds very fun.
No, that's what happened. That was Hector Adonis's character story. It was yo ho, then Hector died from scurvy.
Yeah, he ate oranges the entire time, and that was it.
They had plenty of oranges, but he just doesn't like them.
No, he does like scurvy. That's what it is. He also likes scurvy more than oranges.
So yeah, the three of you are beneath this wall, looking at this iconography. The ceiling is mostly made of dirt. You're beneath this mound. What is your next plan?
Is there any other passage out of this chamber?
You do not see another way out of this chamber.
Want to return to the statue and experiment with the moving arm and see if I can notice anything, different sounds. Does it click when I move it up? Does it have a weird like crunch or something this direction? I sit with it for. Okay.
Welcome, puzzle boxes.
That's not bad.
14 with a bunch of stunts.
14 with a bunch of stunts. Give me a perception check tied to this roll. We're gonna have you put two things together real quick because that's not bad.
Shit. Perception's not quite there.
Perception's not great. That's okay. So.
Here, whatever.
Oh yeah, you can use a boon if you want.
I was gonna say, I could use a boon. I will do that actually, but I also want to use my stunt points to do object of your attention and add a +1 to this perception.
Yeah,
I was
gonna say.
Cool.
So you add a +1. That makes it better. And then you reroll that one.
There we go.
There you go.
So
that one turned
that?
to a 6.
13.
Yeah, 13. 13 is much better. Now I don't feel guilty giving this to you. So, the first thing you notice is the way that the mirror is made to sit in the hand. It's at an angle. It's pointed right towards the wall where all those drawings are. But the mirror is at an angle as if it's trying to catch light from above. And as you're looking, you do see where you think there's loose dirt in the ceiling right above the wall.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I'm just gonna shoot it with a little arcane blast. It's gonna zap it. Just send a golden light that. I guess I have to roll to
do
see
you
if
ward anybody?
Just.
No, I don't. Oh shit!
Oh wow! You rolled
crit.
3 6s. That's the best possible roll, almost.
All right.
Well,
I'll take that.
The room gets a lot brighter very quickly.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you hear whoop, and there's this deafening crack as the ceiling comes down on the two of you. Go ahead and give me dex saves.
Do I have proficiency on this dex save? Sorry.
Probably. Okay.
That's a perfect comedic result.
So Harnaz jumps out of the way. Soulwood looks up, goes, "Oh heavens!" Go ahead. I'll make it minor. Go ahead and take a 2. It's a little 2 damage. As you get clocked in the head with some of the harder clumps, and you are now like dirty. We'll give you the modifier dirty. So like if you have to impress,
You've been
somebody,
done dirty.
Can I be comedically covered in debris? Like I'm stuck, but not really.
Yeah, you're like in a pile of dirt. Like
Yeah.
yeah. You're, and you'll have like a -2 to etiquette if you don't wash up before you have a meeting with nobles. But yeah, so that blast leaves no question. That hole is cleared. You see now a worked stone tunnel about the size of about a foot by a foot square, going all the way diagonal up, and up there you can see the full moon shining down.
The moon meeting the sun?
No, it's the full moon.
Oh no, I'm saying that out loud
Okay.
to Balor, because I know Balor's messing with the mirror. It was near the mirror and stuff.
But the whole room is now completely bright. You guys can all see. Like normal. A Tale of Two Cities.
Crayola edition.
Crayola edition. What?
Payola edition?
That's pretty funny.
More books need to be coloring books.
That's fair.
You've heard it here first.
That's fair.
Sure.
Hot takes.
So where does this light, the moonlight hits the mirror?
It does hit the mirror. and then it bounces like on the wall.
Oh, I want to try moving the mirror. Does it change the angle?
You're gonna move the arm,
The arm, yes. That makes more sense.
and yeah, it starts catching the light differently, and the light starts going across the wall. Where are you trying to shine it?
This is certainly some of the most beautiful contraption I've had that we've seen so far. I don't know where I'm gonna shine it. We're gonna shine it around a little bit, just kind of playing with it before I eventually put it toward like the sun and where that etching it. Mm-hmm.
So you'll start messing around with it. You're just shining it on stuff. Nothing really happens. But eventually you do settle on the sun on the wall. And the sun begins to glow a red glow. It seems like it's some sort of gemstone. It was just dull and lightless. And as you do so, the wall, like pretty much right in the middle where the sun is, cracks open and starts to open up. As it does so, there's a large intake of air going into the new hole. But before we can trek further down into this warren, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for the raise, thanks for the follows, and thanks for being you. We'll be right back. Stay fresh.
Fresh out the box.
Oh god! Hi everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age from Green Red Potion. I'm still Johannan. Hi Raven.
It's me, Casualty, CDG, the co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast, but I'll be reprising my role as Solwyn, the third son of the Emperor of the Sun. And what's up, Raven?
I'm AD Swinger, also known as Corbinian, the original Raven. No, I am a variety of video game Twitch streamer as well as a TTRPG streamer as well. And I'll be reprising my role as Hernassa, the Orcish Arquebusier.
And once again, back, it's me, Aaron Bamier, jumping into Balor Cressings, the Emboldened Cleric of Wishalia. And hello, Raven.
Excellent. Where we last left off, you solved the mirror puzzle. You moved the statue's arm to align the moonbeam with the icon of the sun against the wall. The wall then buckled, bent, and broke open. Not actually broke, but just swung open. And there was a large intake of air as this area of the warren becomes accessed for the first time in a long time.
Cue pop music.
Before you, it's about the width of the tunnel is about double door width, because that's what opened. So you can walk 2 or all 3 abreast, should you choose to do so.
You're like one of those like triangles, you know?
A wedge.
A wedge, thank you. Makes way more sense.
We could do like one of those triangles. That's fun.
This is how I strategize. I'm on the battlefield. It's like the grandest war. I'm like, okay,
Do
we're
a
gonna put one of those
triangle!
triangles over here, and then one of those like circles, you know, with like the little turtle with like the spikes. We're gonna do one of those over there. Yep.
What's the floor look to be made of again? Sorry.
In the room that you're still in, it is stone and dirt. Up ahead, it kind of disappears into the dark once again, but everything in there looks like worked stone. Old worked stone.
Want the little orb of light to float. It can float up to 10 yards away from me.
You'll send
For
it
the
into
record.
the dark.
I will.
There are a few steps down. Deeper. About 8 steps. So you're like another story down. And it just sprawls off into the dark after that. But that's what's 10 feet ahead of you is the end of the stairs.
There's no weird markings or anything on the floor that the light shines across.
Oh, like as the light penetrates through the door? Sure, there is like a beam of light still going in there. No, not quite. You do see maybe like a glimmer off in the distance. Like far away.
Are the stairs safe? I'm gonna do a double check look at the steps before we step down them. These look like trick stairs, these look like safe stairs.
Give me a perception.
Let me percept away. I've rolled an 11, but I do have dark vision, so it's just even 11, not the -2.
They look perfectly fine.
Cool. We'll walk down these stairs.
God, I wish they were trapped.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't retroactively trap stuff after people fail a perception check, Jahan. You can't do it. All right.
But
Well,
we
you
wish
can.
we could.
I wish I could.
Mhm.
You
'Cause it'd be
totally
really
can.
funny.
You just don't admit it afterward is all.
I mean, that's true. I could totally.
Not even to yourself, not even when you go to sleep at night.
I have my integrity.
Nice.
How do you run games then? No, go on.
Oh no. You go down the stairs. It opens up. So as you go down the stairs, the ceiling doesn't come down with you. It's still up there. So it's a high ceiling in here, and it just goes straight. At the base of the stairs, the first thing you're going to notice are 2 little plinths, kind of height things, like what you would put a statue on. There's no statue on it. They're just kind of ornamental, and they are the begins of what appears to be a stone bridge.
Looking down, what is this bridge going over?
You're not sure. It's really dark down there.
Okay, so it's just darkness first, so it's probably a long, more than 40 feet fall into something.
Or it's no distance at all into nothingness, Corbinian.
I'm gonna grab a stone and find out. Toss the little stone down and just listen for the clack.
You toss it down. It does hit something pretty quickly, and then it bounces off, and then it keeps falling, and you hear it hit other stuff. So it seems like there's some sort of craggy darkness down there. As you do this, there is another noise echoed back. It sounds like a chittering.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
Like a...
Do we hear a lot of flapping noises or anything like that?
You don't hear any flapping?
I don't think it's bats, whatever that is.
You start hearing other rocks moving about. Just kind of around. It's sort of echoey in here.
No, that's uncomfortable. We're gonna go ahead and step back and make another prayer to Washalia. And as I do, I hold the chakram close and it begins to alight with the ring, with that gold. Which one am I looking for? Hero's Inspiration. We all get a +2 bonus on our next ability test as we, in this moment, I just say, Washalia, watch us now.
I'm so happy that there are spells
Give us your
for
light.
religious people, so I don't have to come up with miracles on the spot. But no, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, all of you sort of have that light fall over you. You're kind of familiar with it. You feel not invincible, but you feel confident, more so than you did before. But ahead of you is a bridge leading across this chasm, and it ends across the way on sort of like a plateau where you can see a few statues. Hard to make out what they're of at the time, but it's kind of like an island. It doesn't look like it goes further than that. It looks like that plateau is the end of the line.
Is this a bridge with railings, or is it just a slab that covers the distance?
It does have a railing that's about waist level stone. All the way across, there are places where it's broken, and there are places where the floor is broken.
Shall
Like-
we?
Just mind the gaps in the floor. I can see a couple over there. This should bear our weight. It doesn't look too unstable at the moment. Though I'm no bridge maker.
I know generally when I brag about being fleet of foot, something goes awry. However, I can assure you that as an elf, my fleet of footedness will carry me across this bridge unhindered, and I shall arrive to the other side unscathed.
All Worked Stone was the name of my masonry cover band.
All work stone is what I call myself when I take my shirt off.
There you go. There you go.
Chiseled physique, bro.
That should be the name of a gym.
Yeah, it should be.
They call me Clayface. Because I'm
You should-
amorphous.
Meat wad.
Hey, you guys, I made in his image, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Me was, yeah, he's in my box. I can put that one in my box.
Gross.
Right? It's my meat box, y'all. Alright.
All right.
You
Oh, Selwyn.
begin to cross. The chittering has not subsided. You hear it echoed every now and again. You hear rocks tumble. This whole cave sort of seems to be coming to life a little bit. As you pick your way across the bridge carefully.
I would.
Okay. Excellent.
I don't know about those two.
Excellent. Nice. Yeah, slow and
Yeah,
steady.
be cautious.
Slow and steady, no problem. You make it. There is, like, at one point, one of you steps and a piece does fall off, but you're taking your time. Another one of you, like, grabs their shirt. It's not an issue. It's only an issue if you rush. But you make it across to this plateau. in this cave, in the secret warren, in this forgotten place in the Elven realm.
What place was it again? Sorry. I forgot.
And you're surrounded by these sort of looming statues. There are 3 humanoid figures. And they are all standing, holding their hands out, similarly to before. But this time they all have something in their hands. They're all holding stone orbs.
Typical humans always looking for handouts. Sorry.
They are
They're all holding
offering
orbs.
They are offering their orbs to a 4th statue. This statue looks a lot like the one in the other room with the long hair. It is these ones you'll notice, and everything in here is much less worn and much less faded than in the other room. Like time didn't touch this place quite the same. You can make out a lot more features. Keeley, the 4th statue, has pointed ears.
Ah, devil.
Oh boy. But yeah. They are offering this being the orbs. And the elf is holding what looks like to be a stone sword.
In what manner is it holding the sword? Like, is it like thrust it out, downward?
Hilt first.
So it's offering the sword to something.
It does. Yeah, it's clearly by the rules of visual logic offering. Yeah.
Or it's really fighting with the sword improperly. I'll hit you with the hilt. You know. Jab. Why does my hand hurt all
Looks
the time?
like the 4 of them are empowering the sword with some type of orb, perhaps ancient magic.
I want to examine those orbs. Are they all the same? Are they different colors? Is there dust I need to rub off on them, or are they?
So yeah, you start touching them. They are all plain stone orbs. They are all made of a different material than the rest of the statues, but it's not like special. It's not a gemstone. All of them are identical. Show me on this clock where time touched you. Oh shit, it's pretty funny. Thank you, Penguin. Sometimes you just find your people. But yeah. So
Interesting.
they are all identical orbs. They're not they're not dark stone. I'll say that they are clearly meant to be a lighter color. I know what you're looking for, and like it kind of you don't see any indications that it is different kinds. They all seem the same, at least according to these statues.
Sure. Okay.
The sword that's being held, is it stone as well?
Yes, it is stone. There is no actual sword here.
Is there any marking or indentation upon the floor?
What do you mean?
Like, is there anything on the floor or any indent or between the statues?
No. No, nothing to indicate that a sword's going to pop up out of the ground or anything. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah.
There is, however, I mean, as you're looking, there is writing, and this is the most legible writing you've seen. It's on the Elven plinth.
Is it in Elven writing?
It is.
What does it say?
It
Moonback
is
was here.
Elven, but it's old, and it kind of sounds like Old English kind of thing. Like, it sounds funny. It's a weird dialect.
More civilized.
Yeah, but
You see, amongst my people, I am strange in that even though elves are ancient, I care more for all ancient history, not just schmoozing about our last 1,000 years as elves. So, give me a moment and I will do my best to decipher this. This is ancient elven writing, basically my holy grail. So forgive me if I take a moment.
as you're reading it, yeah, you can read it. It just takes you a second, and it's kind of an excuse for me to not have to give you a verbatim, so that I don't have. So I'm not going to get like lawyered later or whatever. But
Oh, I will. I'll find a way.
Yeah, hell yeah, Corbinian.
the gist of it is word for word. It says, yeah,
Written in blood.
written in American English, so there's no mistake.
In Game Master blood.
Written in my blood somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
If that was
That's meta.
true, that would mean I got my blood inside your imagination, and that would be something. But
That is something.
Oh, no!
Don't worry about it.
is it happening? Oh no! All right.
It has been done, yeah. Now your blood's in my imagination.
So I didn't mean to bleed on your imaginations, guys.
That's okay if you're ever in trouble, like in a Freddy Krueger type of sense, and you need to be remembered to come back. Your blood is in my imagination, so I got you.
Oh shit! I'm functionally immortal. All right, I'm back. I'm back in.
At least your blood.
The gist of it is the dreams of mankind can empower the blade. But
These
they're...
orbs are those.
Yeah.
I was just saying in character that part out loud that these orbs appear to be the same as those essences that were drawn from the dreamers.
Yes, which makes me think that what was taken from Vitali outside might have just been his darkest nightmares. Maybe just his darkest dreams. Perhaps he will come around.
But yes, their dreams... damn it, what did I say? The dreams power the blade, but their nightmares corrupt it.
I have heard of this before. This is no longer handled by the Court of the Sun, obviously. Dreams are handled by the Court of Dreams, the Court of Sleep. The Winter. We must visit the darker side of the Fae if we wish for more answers. And, well, the dark side of the Fae is certainly corrupted at this time. I've told you of my second brother.
Yeah. And as all that comes up, we'll mention a couple things that happened in the very first session. Yes, your brother usurped the throne with the help of the nightmare creatures of the world and the Winter Court, which they don't normally work together.
His name is Lizanthan the Lost.
Lizanthan the Lost, your forlorn brother, returned to the court and took your father prisoner and took his throne. With the help of creatures of the Nightmare World and the Winter Court. Which those things are not the same thing, but they are, however, working together. And as we're talking about this, the sword that the statue is holding, you do recognize as your father's sword.
This blade. This is the blade my father wields. I thought this was the blade of the sun. Did not realize it was powered by dreams.
He'd never mentioned it before.
There is something more at work than I understood.
What marks the end of one's dreams coming?
The sun.
Interesting.
Freaking riddle master over here. I did it though. I figured it out. What do I
It was
get?
very complex, that puzzle.
What do I get?
You get experience in my game.
What? Oh, don't level me up.
No, in his game, he said.
cool.
Whenever he runs, yeah, you start with extra experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind him too. Whenever we play with Corbinian as game master, I'm gonna argue for you to get an extra level because of this.
I said experience. I didn't say a level. Those.
I mean, I'm gonna try for him.
You've all
I
been
don't lose
wooed
anything.
by Avenging Penguin.
Yeah.
Up to 3.
As you're looking at these runes, you're deciphering this ancient text. You see something kind of walking amongst the statues, and it's sort of making what really alerts you to its presence is the clicky noise it's making. It's a short, like about 3 foot tall, chubby, chitinous little creature.
Fanboy.
It has 6 legs that it's walking on, and then its like torso is upright, and it has 2 more little arms. Doesn't have any eyes, and it has a long head. It kind of looks like a xenomorph, like its head.
So I am backing away slowly toward the bridge at this point.
It is around that area towards the bridge, and you start to hear the chittering coming up around you as they start to walk up the sides of this plateau. Everyone roll initiative.
Yeah, I thought so, you miserable.
Walking amongst the statues was my Gravedigger cover band. That's pretty good.
Nice.
And then
It's like
Dark
all
Side
along
of the
the
Fae
watchtowers.
was sung by Pink
I like
Floyd.
that one too.
I enjoy all of these. Yeah. Let's see. What do you got? That you, Solwyn? I got Hernas with a 15. Solwyn with a 12.
And I got a
with a
14.
14.
You got a 14. That's not bad.
And with 6 stun points, you can shoot to the top of the order if you wanted, if you weren't already.
I'll stay where I'm at, actually. I want that healer's advantage, so to speak.
Sounds good.
Unless these guys are dex syncs, at which point we're going to go ahead of them anyway.
These
Who
creatures are all... like, they're all around you. You see about 5 of them, but you can hear more in the dark. They seem to be kind of unsure. Like, they're sensing you out. They're looking. They're getting closer slowly. They're not
We
sure
believe
what to make of it.
these creatures have an immaculate sense of hearing or sense of vibration. If we stand still and wait, they may leave us alone. The risk being they may have a great sense of smell, and then they'll surround us and tear
As you're
us to
saying
shreds.
this, they're like looking towards where you're standing.
Uh-huh.
They do not have eyes. And they're kind of just getting closer gradually. But the order as it stands is Hernas, Balor, Solwyn. And then they go.
I'm going to move very, very slowly. Like, I know the thing's kind of in the way, but I'm going to try to circle to try to give it space to move toward where I was and get ready to slip around it if it ever moves out of the way. While I'm doing that, I'm also trying to stay out of its arm's reach, so I'm getting as close as I can dare get without getting like right in its personal space. While I'm doing that, I'm going to take one of the bandoliers of shot that I have, which arquebusts basically they have the shot and the powder all in the same thing for speed, because they're slow as hell to begin with. I'm gonna pop one of those off, and I'm going to fling the shot that's on top kind of over. Like if I'm going this way, I'm throwing it kind of like over there. So it'll make some bits of noise as the shot hits the ground, as the ball hits the ground. I haven't thrown the powder out yet.
Some of them do look. They're looking around, but the one that's closest to you, you can see it like looking towards you. Its mouth is sort of watering as it's sort of like starts to open its mouth, and you see rows and rows of razor sharp teeth.
I am going to, if I have any action left, I'm being I know I'm in vague territory. I would like to throw some of the black powder that's left in the shot into the maw.
What's your desired effect with that?
To confuse the hell out of it, because it's going to taste saltpeter and like weird stuff in its mouth. I want to see what its reaction is. Its mouth being full of black powder. And in a pinch, I might ignite it later if it doesn't swallow it, but I want to see what happens if I throw a shot at it. My hope is that it's going to freak out and kind of get away from whatever threw powder at it.
Go ahead and give me go ahead and use a gunpowder check here. You're literally using black powder.
I will It's 12. Well, I don't know how dexterous it is.
You're about to miss its mouth with this gunpowder.
Yeah, I'll reroll that one. With a boon, so I'm down to 2.
That feeling whenever you're about to throw popcorn across the room in your friend's mouth and you know you're going to miss, so you don't throw it and you try again?
So it goes in its mouth, and it starts going... and all the other creatures start looking that way, and they start like tilting their heads like they're confused, like what's going on over there. Some of them start making their way towards this sound, and then it stops coughing and starts like chewing. You can't tell, but like maybe it likes the way it tastes, but it does start eating it. Which is strange. Strange behavior.
Has it moved out of the way at all, or distracted it
You
anyway?
can get past it. The bridge is pretty wide. It doesn't block the whole thing.
While it's doing its mastication, I'm gonna very carefully, like, no, just go around it and very slowly start making way toward the bridge.
And you're trying to not alert them to this, correct?
Yeah.
Give me something.
I'm hoping it's smacking its mouth and all that's enough to cover my movement.
Here, give me a stealthy boy here.
Sure. I don't know how many times I could do that, everybody. That was 10 gold worth of shot and powder I just threw at it.
Damn.
Every shot's expensive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend one of my my things, boon. I'm down to 1 now. Reroll that 1.
Are.
That's what I'm gonna do. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, plus 4, so 4 onto 9 is 13. Oh, this is my first check. No, it isn't. The black powder would have been. Never mind.
13 with 2 stunt points is what you're looking at for your stealth.
Oh. So I forgot the Balor blessing would have been for me throwing shot at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you kick a rock.
Of course I do.
And you like stop for a second. It doesn't seem to respond to it. But the rest of them are sort of milling about the other two of you as your compatriot starts to move past this one onto the bridge.
I believe that's my... I get as far as I can, but that's my turn.
Yeah, Balor, it's your turn.
With my orb of light, I want to see how like fragile the like sides of the wall and stuff look.
Of the bridge?
Of not the bridge, but of like the cavern.
So the cavern is mostly natural cavern.
Mm-hmm.
So
you think
It's organic.
I guess, but in Balora's mind, she's thinking maybe I can, excuse me, maybe I can throw an arcane blast that's gonna send rock and send it cascading down the pit and make enough noise on its own for maybe more than a few seconds. And I'm wondering, as this orb of light kind of scans down the edge, moving quietly and silently, if that's possible.
So
do you want me to roll on that, or
you're not sure if the noise would do it because they've heard falling rocks before. As you're thinking about this, you can hear them sniffing. I do have confirmation that these things can smell, and they are sniffing at you. But I mean, you can still try to distract some of them. I'm just letting you know it won't be 100% effective.
So as I'm thinking about this and I was calculating, and I hear the sniffing, I take a couple steps back, and swing my pack around and crouch and pull out 2 sticks of incense. And with my mage's flint, like cantrippy thing, I light them both and yeet them in a different direction than I am.
You see, the smell starts filling up the area pretty quick. You are burning incense, and it does seem to confuse them a bit.
Okay.
What the hell's that weird ass smell? That doesn't belong here.
So I toss those out and try to see where the plumes of smoke go, and try to sort of use that to cover my stealth as I wave to the others and start to move.
Go ahead and give me one of those sneaky boys. Man, you guys hate combat.
We're outnumbered in a dark area with creepy crawlies. No, thank you.
Man,
I like to think it's the creative means.
it's good. You know.
So
don't hate
that
the player.
would be. Let's do with the points if it succeeds.
Oh, you're good to go. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, our barbarian is sick tonight, so we're trying to dodge combat.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I almost started combat with the one thing we would have no chance of beating.
That's true. That's
See?
true. You did shoot your gun at the unkillable boss that would have wiped us.
But you didn't. You didn't chase it because
I'm gonna use
your barbarian light.
Oh no, that doesn't work.
I'm not barbarian. I'm perfectly civilized. I'm in a tribe and everything. He's part of some fallen civilization that gets drunk all the time. Not the
That's
same
true.
thing.
Sorry for the delay. We'll do advantageous positioning, and
Zoom.
just kind of zoom a little further ahead and see if I can spot another strategic place to send a plume of incense to cover us.
You're going to continue to try to cover your escape with this scent trick. Which one is... Oh, here it is.
And it's a lot of my incense.
Okay, yeah. You run away. You're definitely covering up your smell. It is working. I wish they had, fake eyes drawn on their head so I could at least pretend they could see you. Next time you guys see these things, they're going to be in a gnome cave, and the gnomes drew eyes on them.
Googly eyes.
Solwyn.
I am making a perception check because I watch how Balor leaves. I see her exact path through those incense, and I'm like, oh, that's what she's doing. She's going through the smell. And so I'm making sure I'm going through that same path. I'm sticking to that path.
Oh, boy.
Balor needs to work on her communication.
And I rolled a 15 with 3 stunt points.
So, you're following the smoke, and you're doing a good job. They don't seem to be able to smell you, but you walk really, really close to a couple of them, and you see their heads follow you, and they start sniffing your way.
Oh, wait. I have a -2 to etiquette because I'm so covered in mud from this cave that I'm just disgusting and dirty and muddy. So I have less smell than usual.
Predator
without
logic.
a doubt.
It's enough. Yeah.
Yes!
It's a good point.
See, I was the rules lawyer here. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It is a good point. Your smell is, I marked that your smell is covered up by the dirt smell. So, yeah. You were so close, too. You sneak past. You guys are on the bridge. You got a bit to go on the bridge. You can spend a couple turns on the bridge, or you could probably make it most of the way across in one turn. If you run.
How fragile does the bridge look? Since we've crossed it, it just has a couple holes that's dangerous to run across, or does it look like it's ready to fall?
It doesn't look like the whole thing's going to fall by any means. It could if something big enough hit it, but a piece of it did fall off while you were walking across.
Yeah.
People.
No, I just realized blowing up the bridge is a bad idea because they can crawl on the walls. That would just make.
Oh man, that'd be really yeah.
That would backfire badly.
Yeah, if you could see their character sheet, you would also laugh at that idea. Yeah.
I played EDF. I know how this goes.
I'm moving slowly across that bridge. I am in no hurry to alert these things to my.
I guess they kind of do. They do get a turn still. I'm gonna go ahead.
They do know.
And give them.
Might be able to track us. Something was there.
A lot of smells going on. It's not just they want.
Yeah, there's this weird muddy smell and like this weird like up burny smell, but it smells like flowers. It's kind of confusing.
Okay.
There's meat smell in there. But...
They're sniffing around, and it seems like they lost you. They start kind of milling about. Some of them start going back down the walls. You see others that are like around, like you can see others above you and stuff. Like they're sort of like looking around. They're sniffing too.
I played too much Fallout to not want to be. I really am avoiding these things because Fallout logic's like, no. This is how I die. One of these stupid things breathes fire or something. Sorry, don't mind me.
They do eject a substance.
I mean, don't we all?
A deadly substance.
Well?
Oh man, I killed Corpy.
I just cleared my throat really aggressively. Don't mind me.
That's what she said? I don't know. But yeah, so they're all going. It is the person who makes the decision if they want to run first. Is Hernaz.
Creepy crawly. I'm moving slow.
Slow and steady. Blur, you still have more incense?
I do have 5 more sticks.
Do you light more?
I'll go ahead and light another one. And instead of placing this one down, I'm going to hold this one. And just kind of let it waft with me.
Absolutely. Give me a stealth check. And then tell me if you're running or not.
We'll slow and steady this race, as they say. And we'll ride with that 11.
Man, when you roll low, I roll low. When you guys roll high, or when I roll high, you guys roll high. It's not great.
The dice gods have
Roll
decided.
Tide?
One of them walks up the side of the bridge and is like walking on the railing and sniffing around, but it goes right past you.
Like, keep the incense between me and it as it goes around.
So, what are you doing?
I'm a bird.
I'm stealthing. I'm stealthing along with everyone else. And I've rolled really high. I rolled a 16 stealth with 5 stunt points.
I rolled really high too, but not high enough. Son of a bitch. You guys are clear of the bridge. Well, you're halfway. Yeah, you're halfway.
Yeah,
but I mean,
That's right.
they take their turn. Let me see if they smell you. Let me see if I roll really good. Nope, I didn't roll really good, so they don't smell you. It's working. It is working. And I hate
I mean, that's how you get away.
I hate it. It wouldn't be a question whether or not they could smell you
If you really want them to
didn't have
catch us, give them eyes next time. Real eyes, not just drawn on gnome eyes. Real human being eyes.
It does say they technically have dark vision, but I don't see eyes. So I didn't give them eyes, and I don't want them to have eyes.
Well, it's a very interesting puzzle we're stuck with because if we screw this up once, we're all kind of mad.
I mean,
We
I
could
meant
also
for them
fall
to
to our
be.
death.
I meant for them to be blind little shit. So like, I'm gonna keep it blind because it's fun.
There's a lot
I
of
agree.
tension, honestly.
I really want one of them to hit you with its thing though. It does a thing that I really want it to do to you because it's horrifying. But maybe next time.
On the next round of sneaking across the bridge, I'm gonna take another one of my bandolier shots. I'm gonna pop the top off. I'm gonna not pop the top. I'm gonna take the top off. I'm just gonna drop it down into the pit so that the shot and the powder will just kind of clatter and maybe leave some powder on the ground. So hopefully it draws their attention and they associate that clicking noise from earlier with tasty powder stuff. Or at least that one guy, because he actually tasted what that was. And then I'm going to sneak.
One of them
along.
does run down and start eating it. Some of them do, go check it out. Give me one more stealth check.
Ooh. 18.
Damn it! I rolled good finally.
Wow. Stealth's my jam. One of them, anyway.
Son of a bitch. Alright, your turn, Balor.
Oh, I'm down more shots.
With incense in hand, I'm going to just make my move along with another 11.
Here's my chance.
but I
Now's
have-
my chance.
Yeah, now's your chance. Take it. What you got?
I don't have to tell
I'm
you.
nervous.
Are you gonna,
Fine.
are you gonna stay?
No. Yes. No. What? I'm gonna just.
You're gonna keep your
Yeah,
11?
we're gonna keep the 11. I'm gonna because we're just gonna. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Some of
What
them, a couple of them come down from the wall and they're smelling, and they're getting close to you, and they're like starting to kind of go. They start sniffing towards the door, and they start heading out that way. You're still masked by your incense you're carrying. Solon,
Yo!
what you doing, bud?
Let's try to sneak out this piece. I'm also throwing a big 11, but I am going to use one of my stunties, or whatever they're called. Inspirations. I have 3 of them. So I'm going to use one of them. Reroll that 1. That's double 3s. That'll give me 5 stunt points. And
Throw these dice in the trash.
Yeah, throw your dice away, bro. I'm getting out of here.
Oh boy. All right. So the 3 of you, there are a few of them that like left the area, and they do seem to be like smelling your smell, and they are now in the room that you came from. There's a few of them went that way, but you guys are past the bridge, up the stairs, and at the door. What's your plan?
It's only one way out of here, right?
Yeah, one way in, one way out. Well, technically there's another way out, but I don't think you want to go that way.
Wherever that ravine leads.
It goes somewhere.
I'm sure it does.
I haven't decided where, but I'll figure it out if you jump down there.
Goes to your death.
I would use Dragon Age inspiration to figure out where that ravine went.
Oh no.
Mhm.
You're now making Dragon Age characters. Welcome to
Deep
Thetis.
Roads. Oh, the new Dragon Age show on Netflix is so good.
Oh, there's a new one? Oh, cool. I have to watch that.
I'm saying I haven't
Anyway.
seen it.
I am going to cry a little on the inside. After that, I am going to... I'm going to keep trying to sneak out. There's a part of me that wants to bolt for it, but I don't know how fast these things are. Because they do have little legs, and they can crawl on walls. So I'll just walk very carefully and slowly and quietly.
You're going to continue to try to sneak past them. So they are now in the room. They're just milling about, sniffing stuff. They seem to be smelling stuff that you guys, like, touched. And they're trying to find you. Go ahead and give me that stealthy check.
Actually, what I'm going to do on top of that, this is expensive, but I want to help out with others. I'm going to take another one of my shot, and I'm going to huck it into, like, if I'm following like the far corner to get to the way out.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it to the opposite corner to hopefully draw their attention, draw them further over that way, so it makes it easier for those two to sneak. So there's more room. And they're further away from the thing that they really want to smell.
Yeah, they'll go check it out. But yeah, toss me that.
I
stealth.
still owe you that stealth roll for sure. 12.
You staying?
Just doing the odds in my head. I'm gonna hang on to that 12. I might need that point for later.
One of them goes in the corner, but a few of them start sniffing towards you. A couple of them, and they start like surrounding you. and they seem to smell you. And they start making excited clicking noises. There are 4 in this room. The door is open, and your 2 compatriots have yet to come fully into the room. It is Blor's turn, though.
I will kind of wave you to kind of, you know, like.
Yeah. So as I'm coming through, actually say to Solwyn, just like really quietly. I'm not sure if it's enough for you to catch Hernasa, but it's not intended to be kept from you. But just say, maybe if we run, we'll be faster than they and leave them behind. They'll still be sniffing for us. But I scooch ahead a little further and see you being excitedly clicked around by a bunch of these things, and I'm gonna toss my incense, what's left of the stick, at you. And just hope that the smell, just
I'll let you roll a stealth check for her.
And put my hand.
I'm just imagining, go around, and then thunk,
Yep.
It hits you in the
Catch on
face,
the
and it's
burn
like, it's burning your face, stuck in your beard, and you're trying not to.
Is that you re-rolling that one, Balor?
Yep. So I threw at 11 again, but I'm not going to keep this one. I'm going to use one of my boons here, for which I have 2 left.
And
Well
jump
done.
into,
To reroll, I got the 2 of 5. So now I got 5 stump points on 14.
It does send you. You jump, and they notice you jump, but then the smell confuses them again. They've never smelt this before. They're very confused by it. Working like a charm. Oh, snap. I missed that one. Lord of Chance. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
So then I pantomime to Hernasa, its sort of mouth, like, run, and kind of point to the door. And I look back to Solwyn, and that's the end of my turn.
So, what are you doing?
I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna walk right out of here. Stealthily, of course, but I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. So far, so good for me. I've rolled a 19 with 6 stunt points. It's almost the highest roll in the game. I would like to use those 6 stunt points to try to get my team out of here too. Yeah. And I also rolled stunt points before that and before that. I'll just pile them all up and get my team out of here.
Did you get? You kept rolling stunt points. All right.
Yeah, I got stunt points all through the bridge, and I was like, I don't want to do anything except get out of here. So yeah, I want to get everybody out of here. Let's sneak on out.
You guys
team.
have been trying to do it, and it hasn't been working because they're rolling good. But Gary, you grab a rock and you chuck it at the wall, and they all run towards it.
Actually,
like
I have something better than a rock. In my inventory, I have some stink bait that I've had since the very beginning of the game. Like, I just have, like, catfish bait in my bag. So I'll take out one of my 3 uses of catfish bait and just throw this nasty, stinky clay glob of goo in the corner that is just so potent and reeks so bad.
Oh, they all they jump all over that shit, man. They jump all over it.
That sounds like a dead body.
Some of them come from inside the room and to eat too. So the room starts filling up with these creatures a little bit. But you are all able to leave.
Right.
Well done.
Run.
I don't know what I want to make you roll for this. Let me see. Hernas.
What?
Roll a willpower check.
No.
No.
I'm taking that experience back. That's not fair. Actually, willpower's pretty good. Willpower.
Okay.
14.
It's not bad. All right, so you all enter back into the hallway. You pass the statue and the stone cask. You leave through the wood paneled walls, and you're back outside.
Okay.
We got to grab, what's his name? Sleeping Angel.
Is he still there?
He is still there. There's the devil standing over him, and when he sees you, he's like, oh, and he runs away. He's like 12 feet tall, and you get scared.
It's the Grim Reaper, just bald with a scythe.
It's Satan from the movie Legend.
Oh, yes.
He's just like, oh no.
Satan from South Park.
I'm
I had that
going
image in my
to-
head of that happening, and so now you do too. So I'm happy.
I'm
better
going
than the
to.
blood.
I'm gonna fireman carry him over my shoulder, and like, so it's mostly my weight, and I'm just walk.
As you pick him up, you notice a clicking immediately to your right.
Uh-oh.
One of those creatures is right next to your ass. He's sniffing your leg. And, like, he keeps sniffing it, and, like, he kind of starts rubbing on your leg. He's right where you keep your powder.
Well, here's what's gonna make it creepier, unfortunately. So the powder in this sort of setup is on a bandolier, and they're hung across here like this because you have to bunch them together.
Oh, he'll start sniffing on your bandolier and, like, rubbing.
So he's like up here.
Yeah,
All over
he
your
like extends
chest.
his little legs, and he's like, and he's making little like cooing noises, and like he's trying to get at what's in your bags.
I'll take one out, and I'll take the top off because I don't want because that's actually kind of hard.
When
to
you
get
do
off.
that, he settles back down on his legs, and like stares at you.
I'll kind of dump it down onto the ground.
It'll start eating it.
Creep.
Excellent.
No.
It's a fun way to make your gunpowder go away.
Damn it.
You made him like it. Consequences.
While we are in this ancient place, I would like to use my cartography skill that I recently acquired when I leveled up.
Nice.
And
Nerd.
I want to cartographize this place. I want to make it mappy. I want to turn it from non-map to fully map. You know what I'm talking about? Mapatized.
Oh, did we get Discovery XP?
Mapalicious.
10 XP. You discovered a land.
We're about to. Hell yeah.
Da. Yeah, so you can definitely map out this area for sure. Maps when it comes to Fae Falls is complicated because they don't always show up in the same place. But
Oh, that's right. I need to map the moon too. At very least.
yeah, you'll add the moon to like the position of the map so that you know
Uh-huh.
which way to enter. Yeah, I mean you get a map. You might be able to find this place again if you tried. Might be possible. You gonna try and take it home with you, Aaron?
I thought you
Almost
guys
cute now.
I thought that's what you were gonna do is keep it as a little gunpowder eating pet.
No, that'd be way too expensive. Holy hell.
There's other gunpowder
No
you
way.
Yeah, expensive until it starts burping like a Gatling gun.
It poops dark matter like Nibbler from Futurama.
Nah. If I had something like
what if
animal
it poops
handling,
Powered
bullets?
pellet.
I mean, my communication isn't terrible. I might have gotten away with it, but if I screw it up, I have this thing eating my leg.
It
and-
poops clips of modern ammunition.
Just condensed black
Oh,
powder
man.
ammunition. Like 45 round magazine.
Greek fire.
It's just pooping 9mm rounds all day. That'd be great.
I just made some future black powder guy. Just his life is hell because all these beasts have a taste for black powder. It's like, oh, we're being attacked. They're eating our ammo. No.
I just look forward to like someone else fighting these creatures in a parallel dimension, and then like all of a sudden they've been blowing them up just fine, but then one of them explodes out of nowhere, and they're like, "What the fuck was that?"
It's filled with gunpowder. What idiot fed a gunpowder? Look, it was desperate. All right.
Complicated.
So I'll let the cartography and the fact that you marked the way here, I'll let that roll ride. It wasn't particularly difficult coming out this way. You are able to follow your trail back.
I'll make sure to take the line and stuff down as we go back. Unless you wanted me to leave it there, it's cheap. I don't mind getting more efficient.
It would
'Cause
be
you are
more
mapping
difficult to
this.
find your way back after the sun came up, though. But yeah, you guys are good. you wind up back in normal woods, where the trees don't sway on their own. But the mist is still there. It's colder now. You didn't realize that it got warmer when you entered the ancient forest. But here it's cold again. You can see your breath. The moonlight's still shining.
I think we should head back to the castle. Our mission for that lord is done. And I don't know about you, but I could use dry, well-lit areas as a place to rest.
I wipe a glop of mud off of my eye and drop it on the ground. Couldn't agree more.
Yes, you're certainly due for a bath. Let's get out of here.
You guys planning on heading straight back?
Did we want to return to the bandits and let them know that, well, the creature that they had captive is gone? I don't think, unless it was.
Oh, that's right. The fight was so. Did the fight fall apart? I forget now.
Which one?
The mutiny. Did it fall apart? Did the
Yeah, you shot that guy in the
win?
chest, and then Gregor kind of reassumed control.
We could just head back to the camp. That's a lot closer.
A lot of the
especially at
traders
night.
got maimed by the guy you're carrying. Not because he was on Gregor's side, just because they happened to be standing near each other, and he just sort of maimed them.
Wait, hold on. I just realized. Does this guy have that disheveled, bloody, post-werewolf look to him?
Yeah, he's
he covered
naked.
in
He's
blood?
all his skin's all tight on his muscles.
So
I
I
he
think we
just
shouldn't
lost
go.
all his weight.
I think we shouldn't go to the camp. They might, depending on how familiar they are with where lore, they may piece together that he's the reason some of the friends are dead.
I believe the fair Lord Gregor will forgive us for not excusing ourselves. I shall write him a letter and have it delivered. Explain why we had to hurry away.
I will very simply have Lawrence find you in the woods then. Oh, there you are! I looked about and you were gone!
Oh, Lawrence, fish guy, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I
"Ho?"
thought we were a person short in a group.
Part of Harnas is very glad Lawrence slink away because I can just imagine thinking back to that same scene, flashing back, and just imagine, oi! Just like, well,
Oh
so
no,
much for
not
sneaking.
fighting cool monsters on a collapsing bridge. Fuck that. Ugh.
I like living. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm a squishy rogue with two squishy.
I
bitches. We will
appreciate
die.
I appreciate the avoiding of the fight just as much.
So does that cat or dog?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, the cat also did not want to fight. Oh, that cat.
Oh, I was right first.
That's a good kitty.
Or weird looking dog.
Yeah, so you enter into the woods, and you begin travel immediately. You head across the wood log bridge that you used across the ravine, and you enter back into the King's Forest, essentially. It's a little early, but I feel like it's a good stopping point. So,
Nice.
we're going to go ahead and call it there. Bandit camp taken care of. He assumes that you're all dead, so that's fun. But werewolf solved. Mysteries of nightmares and ruins and ancient swords discovered. You guys got some lore that game, and that's good. I'm glad you guys got a taste of that. I don't
There's
know,
a
I had
loose
fun.
mountain cat that we never took care of, who's now once now.
There is a cat wandering the forest that does not belong in this area. At least there's not two. At least there's not a breeding pair out there. That'd be a huge
Lions.
problem. Oh, thanks, Lord Jesus Crust. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I like that. I appreciate that name. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for all the follows, all the boons. None of the dooms happened, but thank you for all the boons. Thank you for all the attention. Sup, Lord Jesus Crust. Welcome.
Yo.
Welcome to the chat.
Hello.
What a name.
Welcome to Fantasy Age. Absolutely.
For stuffed crust.
Did you guys have fun with your ancient lost world temple?
We didn't even get into one fight.
That's great.
Jeez, that's all your fault.
I know, right?
Oh, wow.
No combat, crazy.
Nice.
Lord Jesus Crust says that they found us through the Cyberpunk Red game that me and Gary did with James Hutt.
That was awesome, man. We did a Cyberpunk 10 piece after that too. We have a 10 shot up on our YouTube.
We do have a 10 shot on our YouTube if you are into that kind of thing, and we do this all the time.
And we play with Vampire Bites from that community. I'm friends with Rob. I'm friends with Familiar Raven. She was in the chat earlier. She's one of the GMs over there now with the Cyberpunk game.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be doing a one-shot.
We'll be playing with her. So yeah, those are... I love Cyberpunk people. Cyberpunk people are my people. That's all I'm saying.
Welcome. Vamp just popped up out of nowhere. What's up, Vamp? We said your name, and there you are.
Love it, man. Love it.
That was ages ago. You're absolutely... That was 2 years ago. But yeah, so tomorrow we should be playing Modern Age with Mr. Kapow and Robert. Thank you for the follow, Ian Verso. Wow, thanks a lot. Very get a lot of follows right now. I always feel bad like ending right when
it's
people.
Always at the end, right?
It's always at the end. But yeah, tomorrow we should be doing Modern Age threefold with Robert and Mr. Kapow. If for whatever reason that falls through, me and Gary will probably just live paint minis again.
Yes!
I mean, that's our backup now. That's officially our backup. I'm really excited for that. Following from Brazil. Wow.
Hell yeah.
I saw that we actually got traffic from Brazil. Like I was looking at our demographics today, and it said Brazil. I was like, that's funny. Huge in Brazil.
Ian. Thank you, Ian Verso, for your follow from Brazil.
Thank you so much. And thanks for lurking, Vamp. But yeah, so this is Fresh Out the Box. I have been the Game Master Johanan at RockFact on Twitter.
If you enjoyed our game, we have dozens of more games that we play on our YouTube. We have Fresh Out the Box YouTube and a Fresh Out the Box Facebook if you want to just bother us all the time. There's also a Fresh Out the Box Discord. So you can find us, you can talk to us, we hang out, we chat, we play games. We try to play with different people all the time. We try to play with different systems all the time. We try to always bring you some fun, original story content. We also have a podcast called Fresh Out the Podcast. We talk about new movies, video games, and streaming shows. Basically everything under the sun. That's Fresh Out the Podcast. We just got our demographics back for this year, and our numbers were, like, awesome. So we're really stoked on that. We have, like, 70% growth and like thousands and thousands of listens now, so we're feeling pretty good about the podcast. That's Fresh Out the Podcast, Fresh Out the Box. Please tell your friends, check us out. All the places will be there. Thank you so much for your support, and we will see you next thing.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. You can find me at ElectricMetCHSR on Twitter, and you can follow me here on Twitch under Corbinian as I do streaming sometimes, eventually this year. I swear, promise. But yeah, I play all kinds of variety Twitch stream games and TTRPGs that I run elsewhere. So check that out if you can, when you can.
And once again, folks, it's me, Aaron Baumier, out there as Aaron Dippity Doo. I'm a game designer with Adventure Slang Productions. We are working on New Varden. Incidentally, I'm wearing a t-shirt about New Varden that we had printed for a convention we went to. And speaking of conventions, we'll be going to DungeonCon, but that's unrelated to the fact that we are putting out an RPG sometime later this year that will be worth checking out. And we also have the Adventure Slaying podcast that my dad, Ty, and I host, where we just talk to different people in the community and talk about tabletop things and experiences we have and all that fun stuff. And you can pretty much check out all the stuff that I'm doing and that we're doing over at adventuresling.com. Or at, you can just follow me at Aaron Dippity Doo. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, check them out. Check out Adventure Slang. Check out Corbinian. Check out all of it. And hey, have a great night. Thanks for watching and stay fresh.